It is the season of the Guardians in Marvel Snap. Nebula has arrived as the latest season pass card. What are the best decks? How good is this card? We got answers for you in this video with my 3 favorite decks along with some gameplay. So if you already see these Nebula decks in action, guys, then you know what to do. Find that like button and let's go snap it.
ValleyFlyin.
Hello, Marvel Snap fans. Welcome back to the Valley Snap channel. I am ValleyFlyin. Hope you're having a great day and hope you had a great weekend. We are back. We took a little bit of a hiatus. Had a jiu-jitsu tournament this past weekend and my mind was focused on there, so I didn't play a lot of Marvel Snap, but now that we have a new season pass card, Nebula is in the game. We are back with some of the best Nebula decks that I've been playing with, and hopefully you enjoy them too. Now, if this is your first time on the channel, hit that subscribe button for more great Marvel Snap content. We have deck ideas like this, news, tips, tricks, everything to help you at Marvel Snap, but let's get right into it. So the first of 3 decks that I want to showcase is probably my favorite, and it's based on Nebula, obviously, but it's also based on locking down the location. As you can see, Nebula is the featured season pass card, and each turn your opponent doesn't play a card here, you're getting +2 power, except for the first turn. So we could follow this up with Guardians. We could make sure that our opponent plays at other locations to get to build up this Nebula, or we could use this at decoy and lock down a few of the other locations. So we do have Daredevil in the deck, and that allows us to play either Hobgoblin or Professor X on turn 5 and hopefully winning one location with that. We also have a Spider-Man here that we could lock down a location as well, potentially locking down the location on turn 4, then Professor Xing that location if we don't draw that Daredevil, or locking down a location on turn 5, not allowing our opponent to play there. We also have Storm to lock down a location. To secure up that location, we could do it with a Groot, a Green Goblin, maybe even a Hobgoblin, depending on where we play that Storm. We also have Zabu in here to reduce some of our 4-cost cards. As you can see, we have Shang-Chi in here, we have Spider-Man in here, and we have Drax in here, all 4-cost cards, and to be able to play them on the same turn, potentially on turn 6, would be great. We also have Polaris in here to give us some location control in case one of our opponent plays something in that Storm lane. We could knock that out and move that over with Polaris. And then obviously we have Shang-Chi to give some counterplay in case they run some pretty big cards. Green Goblin and Hobgoblin are here just to disrupt our opponents. If we're winning at a location with Nebula and they're playing in other locations, there's a good chance they're not going to be playing into one of the other lanes, which means that we can load it up with Green Goblin or Hobgoblin. Drax is also here. If we know where they're going to play a card, we can play that Drax there as well. Other cards that we fit into this deck sometimes is Adam Warlock. Also, Gamora is a great turn 5 card, especially if we have Daredevil on the field. So this is the first deck. And the next deck does feature Hitmonkey, last season's season pass card. And we're trying to make use of a bunch of these cards. So Nebula's obviously in this deck because it's a Nebula video. We also bring in Rocket Raccoon this time, more of the Guardians here to try to guess where our opponent's going to play and to try to force them to play in a lane. And we could reliably predict this, hopefully. We also have Angela here to load up a few other cards. We have Hitmonkey here that we could throw down a bunch of cards on one of the final turns, and hopefully we pulled a bunch of these cards back with Beast, and they're very cheap. We also have a Beast here, obviously, to return the cards at the location, and they're going to cost 1 less, so that is great. We have this Daredevil here that we could use to either play Gamora or a few other cards. We have Star-Lord, and that is pretty much what the other Guardians of the Galaxy do. Playing cards there will get even more power at that location. He's the 2-cost version of the Guardians. We also have Bishop, and we could play that in conjunction with Mysterio. We don't have Mysterio in this deck, although if you did want to replace a card, I think Star-Lord is the most replaceable in this deck. Groot offers some great value at that 3-cost slot. Same thing with Drax, and in that 5-cost slot, it is Gamora. Now we have Odin here to re-proc some of these on reveal abilities. If we could proc Gamora again, that will be an extra 10 power at that location because we're doing it once and then doing it again with Odin. So we have a bunch of different ways to play this, but a lot of it is based around getting either Angela, Bishop, or Nebula very, very big in one location, potentially winning another location with a Gamora or a Drax. And last but not least is this bounce deck, also featuring Beast and featuring some of these other Guardians of the Galaxy, but we still keep that shell of this normal bounce deck with Devil, Dinosaur, and She-Hulk as our final potential game winners. We have a bunch of cards to supply that Devil Dinosaur with Agent Coulson. We also have White Queen that can supply that Devil Dinosaur with more cards in our hand. Cable does that as well, and so does Agent 13. We also have the Hood in this deck that if we can bounce the Demon back, we could get a 0/6 cost card, which is very, very strong. Shang-Chi is in here to counter some of the big cards that we could potentially see. We also throw Star-Lord in this deck as well. So just a basic normal frame of a bounce deck. Win condition is Daredevil, Devil Dinosaur, and She-Hulk, and a bunch of different counters here. So those are the decks, guys. Let's go see some gameplay, and you can let me know which deck you like the best. All right, we got a Hobgoblin, Spider-Man, Storm. Death's Domain is the left location. We can play Storm there. They're going to sunspot that and destroy their sunspot. Not sure why they did that, unless this is a bot. Let's give them a hello and see if it is a bot or if it's just someone not responding, or maybe it's, let's see. All right, nothing to play on turn 2. We're going to skip this turn. They don't respond to that hello. They have a nice collector variant there. And first card we play is destroyed. So where do we want to play our Storm? Want to play that at Voromir, or do we want to play that at Death Domain? I think we play this at Death's Domain. We could give them a Green Goblin. We could lock them out. Or actually, we should have went to Voromir, make sure they were locked out. All right, so they destroy their Morbius as well. Not sure why they're doing that, unless that is a bot. And they made 2 bad plays. Let's go ahead and snap here. Let's go Nebula here. And we could Groot. Let's actually Green Goblin this location. Let's see if that is enough power. Let's say Groot will give us a little bit more power. So let's go Groot there. Turn 5, we could go either Drax or Hobgoblin on that big house. Actually, we can't go Drax or Hobgoblin. We could go Green Goblin on the big house. So we should win this flooded location. Unless they throw down a bunch of power. We only have 8 right now. And they have 7. Alright, so we're currently winning. Should win this. We could also do, we could do this, and then Green Goblin the Voromir. Destroyer Daredevil. And last but not least, we could potentially Drax, potentially Hobgoblin them. So if they play something behind us, we'll have throw it on 8 power. In the middle with this, just a little too few cards. I think to win, we just throw down this Hobgoblin at the end. Give them the big house. We can't play Drax, Shang-Chi, or Spider-Man at that location. Yeah, it's a good thing we snapped because they retreated. All right, we have a Crystal Hood. Agent Coulson. Collector, let's go with Hood right now. Let's see if we can pull that back in our hand with a Beast. We're going with an Angel. We could throw the Demon down there if we dual pull that Beast. Nothing that we can throw down turn 1. We can throw down a Demon and also throw down a Nebula. We don't have Beast in hand yet, so a little risky playing like this. All right, they throw a bunch of cards there. They throw a Hood as well. They throw a Squirrel Girl. We have a bunch of cards at different locations. We have our Nebula at that location, so it could be a Killmonger coming out right now. Don't want to destroy any cards right now, so we're going to Agent Coulson. We do have our Devil Dinosaur in hand. We're going Yondu, and they destroy a She-Hulk, so they are running some kind of destroy deck. That Demon out there makes me hesitant to think that they're gonna throw a Killmonger out. But we have 2 Devil Dinosaurs. That's interesting play. throw this collector out, and actually not the collector. We're not going to be adding a lot of cards. Let's go with Cable and Beast. Let's get some intel of them and get this Nebula all the way back in our hand. We could throw that down at 0 cost. Same thing with that demon, and we have 2 devil dinosaurs in play as well. We have the temples, so if they Killmonger us now, this should actually be a pretty good use the Killmonger. What happened there? Why didn't that get drawn back into our hands? All right, we do get that hood back in our hands.
Opponent snapped.
All right, so we could Devil Dinosaur now. We could throw this hood down, and then we could go Devil Dinosaur in one lane and throw the demon in the other. They snapped. All right, they're going Deathlock just for the points there of a Wolverine. And what are they trying to run? You go a Devil Dinosaur there and a hub just in case they play something in one of these other locations. I think this is... I think we're good here. If they play nothing on Nebula. All right, let's lock it in. I don't think we snap here. Yeah, they retreated anyway, so if we snapped, they still would have retreated. All right, Miniaturized Labs, turns 3, 4, or 5, no cards to be added. That's great for our Nebula. Let's go ahead and throw her down right now. They go with Blade, we're going with Nebula. And next turn, we're gonna go right behind Angela here. First to fill this is Angela, and then we could follow that up with Rocket. They could play something behind Nebula. We're gonna get 2 power on turns 3, 4, and 5. Actually, we'll get it on turn 2 as well. So we'll have a bunch of power in Nebula. The great thing is we could actually throw both these cards back in our hand right now. So, and there'll be even less cost for turn 4. We could throw all them back. All right, so we get no extra power with Rocket. But we do load up Angela a little bit more, slightly. Alright, so we can throw this Angela here. And we could actually go Rocket Groot. Just to get that 0 cost card. Let's go ahead and do that. They're probably going to throw something there. They don't want to play on get more rocks in their deck and Leshigula. Unfortunately, it does load up what we have on the raft, but the good thing is we have a 0 cost Giganto. Ooh, we could throw that at Miniaturized Lab later. Turn 5, they're probably not going to play on Leshigula, so we're not going to get this most benefit out of Gamora here. They had an Agatha in their deck. They were an Angela player. Okay. And I think the best thing to do is just Gamora here. They may or may not play that. I don't think they're going to play there. We have that Giganto that we could throw down the final turn. We also could throw Drax and Star-Lord on Leshigula as well. Not sure if I'm confident of the snap. They still have a lot of strong plays that they can make. They go ahead and throw a rock there. Interesting play there. Would like to snap, but we go ahead and do this. Ooh, is it better to play this Odin there? That's 7 power. And if they play something, we got 5. We'll get 3 on there. 3 on there. I think it's better net if we throw Odin here. We'll get the 8 power, which is a little more than the 7 that Star-Lord and Drax will give us. Plus, we'll reproc Gamora for a little bit more power. So if they do play something there, we make us slightly behind. But I don't think they could beat us with the Giganto Nebula Miniaturized Lab. The raft may be a good location, and let's get the 1 cube. I don't think they would have retreated anyway. We should have snapped earlier. All right, nothing to play on turn 1. We have Quantum Tunnel. That's the location on the right there. I don't know if we want to be playing a lot of cards on Quantum Tunnel, but we do have a nice potential hit monkey play that we could go with. They go Agent 13, getting a card, and they pull out the Collector. No abilities, have +3 power. What we can do... throw it on a Star-Lord, see if we could switch that out. We'll also have the option to go Rocket Raccoon Beast on both of these cards. Pull both of whatever gets swapped out. And Beast should pull both of them back. All right, they go with Beast there. They are thinking what we are thinking as well. So can't play cards after turn 4. So I think we're good here. We go with Rocket Raccoon. They probably will or won't play there. I'm not sure, but we'll get the Rocket back. We'll get the... well, we won't get Rocket. We'll get whatever Rocket pulls. And we'll get that Beast out there. And hopefully can play all that stuff on turn 4 in the Kiln. They have a Cable and they draw one of our cards. They also have another... but the same Collector that they drew down. All right, that is a... that's Daredevil, so it's not bad. All right, we get that back in our hand, though. So we go with Angela there, Nebula. And we could simply just hit Monkey right now. Or do we want to try to get the intel? I think we go with the hit Monkey. Gamora in the middle. Don't think we need the Daredevil intel. I think let's try to get the power on the Kiln. Let's see if we could win this. Go Moon Girl. They have a bunch of power there from the Collector. And we should win the Kiln. Now it's just trying to win Washington, D.C. Let's load this up here. Hopefully they go on Washington, D.C. I think there's a very good chance that they go on Washington, D.C. and not on the Quantum Tunnel. For only winning the Quantum Tunnel, it's a big crapshoot, just like a Lockjaw in that location. Don't know what they're going to draw if they throw something there. So we get the Gamora points. It is now very big and opened up to Shang-Chi. We don't have a Shang-Chi of our own to try to screw them up. All right, Beast does no good. We're gonna Drax. We don't want a Beast. Not sure if this is enough power. We have the Kiln currently winning Quantum Tunnel. They would need to get some good RNG to win Quantum Tunnel, and I think they're playing on Washington, D.C. Oh, they retreat. So those are my top 3 Nebula Day 1 decks, guys. Let me know which one you like the best. Is it that location control, that lockdown deck? I think that is my favorite. Is it that bounce deck featuring more of the Guardians of the Galaxy, or is it the other bounce deck featuring more of that Devil Dinosaur She-Hulk win condition? Let me know which one you like the best. I will see you guys next time, though. Hopefully this video did help you, and hopefully there's more Nebula decks coming, because this looks like a very, very strong card. I think this is worth that season pass upgrade. And yes, let me know what you are doing with Nebula. Are you buying or passing on this card? Do you enjoy some of these decks? Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did and it was helpful for you, leave it a like. It does help that YouTube algorithm. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Hulk fist bump, ValleyFlyin out.